Hello Aquarius, welcome to your August reading. I'll have a look at what you're dealing with this month, what's coming for you. Oh, what is that? And what challenges you're facing. What is this month bringing for you? What's new? Something new, something old. So let's see universe messages for Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know the most this month? Am I holding? No. Okay. At the bottom you have Lovers, the Ten of Swords, Nine of Cups in reversed. Okay. So Aquarius, it does seem like you're struggling with some sort of emotional issue here. What I'm picking up very, very strongly for you, Aquarius, is confusion, a lot of confusion. And I'm also getting very, very strongly for you, Aquarius, this month. There is a lot of emotional suppression here. For some of you, you're actually having a difficulty with the practical things, okay? You could be emotionally swamped by things. There's a lot of fears, there's a lot of anxiety that's showing up here very strongly for you. And there's also an issue here where I feel like you could be neglecting yourself, or you could be neglecting your emotional situation, but you're also neglecting the practical things of life, okay? Some of you could be some kind of a health issue here. I don't want to scare you, but, if you have some doubts about that, I would go and get that checked. But I am picking up on a lot of emotional problems here, okay? This King of Cups in reverse and the Moon in reverse, to me, screams very, very strongly emotional suppression. I do feel like there's a lot of fears here. You do have the Eight of Swords also that shows up here literally in the position of fears. There's a fear here of expressing how you feel, okay? Whether this is you're trying to express how you feel towards another person, it could be a connection here for some of you, it could be some sort of an ending here that has happened, okay? This Nine of Cups in reversed, indicates some kind of emotional codependency on a specific person, or, some sort of a situation here. Could be that for some of you this was a committed relationship, if this is a relationship. But, even if it's not, there is a lot of fear here. There's a lot of anxiety. There's a lot of not trusting yourself. This Moon in reverse and the Seven of Cups, it does sort of feel to me like there is, there's some hidden things here. It's almost like you're seeing half the story, or you're understanding half of what you're experiencing, okay? Because with this Hermit in reverse, it does to me seem like you are having a hard time actually connecting with your inner wisdom. And because this shows up in your environment, I am getting the impression that you're having a hard time finding a quiet place to just deal with whatever it is that's going on. I will clarify with, with some other cards to see specifically what this is about. But, just looking at it, you've got two kings here in reverse, and this is about you. It's representing you. So it does seem like there's, some form of neglect that's happening here, okay? Either you feel neglected by someone that it was supposed to support you, that was supposed to be, um, generous, giving, stable, okay? I mean, it could be you, but you could have a lot of earth in your chart, but it could be also a person, because court cards usually represent other people. It does sort of feel like you're dealing with someone that is um, kind of, I wouldn't say repressive, not repressive, what's the word I'm looking for? Controlling, repressive, someone that is withholding their support from you. You're dealing with someone that's very selfish, if this is a person, let's say, for example. And this could also be someone that is not, like, literally not allowing you to have a moment to yourself. Could also be that this is someone that you're quite dependent on financially, it could be. And, you're having a hard time, just being by yourself, just being independent from this person or from this situation. But again, if this is not a person, I feel like you're having a hard time this month processing your emotions, understanding what is happening to you. There's a lot of confusion here. There's a lot of, not seeing the facts for what they are. A lot of, being misguided possibly by someone, or just you kind of misguide yourself. You're not listening to your intuition, because you have the moon in reverse and the hermit. These are cards that usually in their upright position represent someone that is very, very in touch with their inner truth, is very in touch with following their own path, even though it's not like everybody else's path, and it could be kind of lonesome and a little scary. But to me, it does seem like you're having a hard time getting on that path and trusting it, because you don't trust your emotional guidance system. Okay, that's coming up very, very strongly. You also have the Ace of Swords in reversed here, which is a lack of mental clarity as well. So I don't know what you're going through this month, Aquarius, but there's something quite it's like whatever situation you're going through, it's making you doubt yourself. That's what I was trying to say. It's making you doubt yourself. It's making you doubt the truth. Okay, it's making you doubt your own inner guidance, your own intuition, and instead of you trusting yourself and putting yourself first, and just dealing with it, you're in this space of fearfulness, of being trapped. Um, Feeling like you don't have much of a choice. You have to be a certain way. You have to go on a certain journey that may be imposed by others, that's not your own. Okay, now this Magician here is something you need to leave behind. I don't know what that's about, but I feel like there is some sort of a goal of yours that you might have had that is showing up where you need to leave that behind. Possibly because you don't have much clarity on the situation, or something came up where you might have had to let go of something. You might have had to let go of something you wanted to manifest, possibly in the past. But you certainly need some clarity here, because that's certainly missing. Tell me about this Magician. Ten of Pentacles. Now, for some of you, this is about financial stability, okay? But, this King of Pentacles in reverse being here, that's in your core, in your foundation, that to me indicates a lack of financial stability. And it could be that you might have had this in the past, okay, but something happened that completely turned your world upside down here, quite literally. So, financial security is something that is a matter of the past. And right now, in the present moment, you're finding yourself being kind of either led astray by someone, or you might have relied on a specific person that failed you in some way when it comes to financial matters. Might even be a loss of money here, or a loss of a job, or something like that. You do have this 10 of Cups that's coming up here in the future, and you end with this Page of Cups. So for some of you, there might be someone here that is lending you a hand, or it could be that you are at some point finding some happiness in the situation. Things might not look so rosy for you, but there is a short time here in this month when you will actually feel happy, where you actually might be feeling content. But if that's not the case, this could be some kind of a breakdown of a relationship that's coming up for you, because this King of Cups is in reversed. There is some happiness here coming your way. And it does sort of feel like it comes with an option. You might choose an option or something like that. You might be choosing to, be single and just find new love, for example. If that's not the case, you might indulge in the little pleasures of life, because the Seven of Cups could be like that as well. But there's still this confusion here about where to go next. Now, the Hermit in reverse could also mean that, there might be a time for you this month where you either want to be alone and you just don't have that opportunity, or you might be feeling quite isolated. But the Hermit, usually isolation comes with a positive note, where you find it easy to be by yourself. You're enjoying your own company and you're dealing with your own stuff. But the Hermit in reverse is someone that is not having a great time being alone. This is a card of imposed isolation. And because the Eight of Swords is here, it's like you might feel isolated from a specific someone, okay, if this is a relationship, or you just might feel isolated and let down or disappointed by something, okay. It could be one of these options that you might be picking a specific path or a specific role that it just doesn't fit for you, okay. It's like the Hermit in reverse could also talk about someone that doesn't fit in anywhere, okay. It's like the loner, but someone that's quite antisocial. And it could be that you're having a hard time fitting in now, like you don't know what your role is anymore, you don't know where you belong. There's a sense of not belonging, because the King of Pentacles in reverse, yeah, there's a sense of not having that support, not having that foundation. So there's a sense of drifting here for you, is what I'm getting, Aquarius. It's like you're drifting around this month. You're lacking clarity. You have a lot of fears here and a lot of doubts about something. But I do like that this Page of Cups is here as your outcome, or as your potential path this month. This is about opening up again, okay, despite the difficulties, remaining optimistic despite the fact that, there's a lot of difficulties in your life, remaining receptive despite the fears, despite feeling, you know, isolated or trapped or separated from something. Because, you know, this Hermit and the Eight of Swords, I feel like you feel separated from something. You might be feeling separated from family, from community, from whatever. You know, but in your heart, you still want to reach out to people. Maybe there are people reaching out to you. Somebody may be offering you, I don't know, a shoulder, you know, a listening heart or a listening ear or something like that. Because the Page of Cups is usually someone that is very sweet and usually a helper of some sort. So even though you may be feeling isolated, there is some sort of a glimmer of hope here coming up for you. And you do have this Ten of Cups here as well. So, you know, because this shows up in the future position, I do feel like there's something here that makes you quite happy. It could be that there's a new person showing up here, or again, you know, you could be feeling still hopeful or still open to something new, okay? Because it seems like you do feel like you have options here, but there's some confusion as to where to go next because you're not very grounded in your own emotional compass. It's a little bit, you know, wobbly, off. So let me see. Oh, actually, that's not the right one. So tell me more about Aquarius. Tell me about this emotional situation for Aquarius. You've got open to life. Yeah, there does seem to be a blockage there, though, to open up. But like I said, with this Page of Cups and this Ten of Cups, it does seem like you're remaining open to something, to new opportunities, despite the fact that you're quite fearful about that. Moving beyond. Moving forward. How interesting. You've got two cards that are kind of similar here. It does seem like for some of you, you have something that you need to leave behind here. Now, moving beyond and moving forward, they're kind of similar, but not quite. Because one of them is, there's an indication that there is something here that, there's a situation here that serves you and you need to learn from it. Okay? I'm not sure which one is which, though. Let me see if I can get the little book. Okay, so moving beyond, you do need to extract some meaning out of the negative that you're currently experiencing. You've been anchored down by your past struggles that seem very current. So that's the one you need to learn your lesson from. And moving forward, it's time to move forward with something. Okay, they both mean the same thing, but this one's telling you that in order for you to move forward, to move beyond what's happening to you, there's something here you need to learn. Okay, this situation that you're going through this month is serving you in some way, and there's a chance here for you to move forward. And you've got open to life too, which is what I said, that I feel like you are trying to remain open in spite the, you know, the hardships that you're currently facing here. So open to life is good. So open to life is you're struggling with your desire to live your life or some aspect of your life here on earth. You may currently feel like life is meaningless. You have no sense of direction. Your life may currently feel tedious or pointless. So it is actually telling you to find something to live for. So I feel like there is some aspect here that is still making you happy with this 10 of Cups. Or there is something showing up for you this month that it could be children for some of you, or it could be, just family or a family dynamic, that there is something here that is still keeping you in good spirits. Okay, there's still some sort of completion here. You do have two tens here, so I feel like one of the tens is in the past, one is coming up in the present, so you're probably completing something, and you've completed something in the past, you're completing something this month that has to do with your happiness, with possibly healing some aspect of yourself. There's some important lessons here that you're learning from this emotional mess that you're going through. So overall, I feel like there's a lot of difficulties here, especially in regards to fears. There's a lot of fears showing up for you here, but I would say to try to listen to what those fears are trying to tell you, because they do have the answers you seek. And once you learn something from your situation, you'll be moving forward with it. You'll be moving forward in some other direction. Okay? Pages that do talk about something new. Okay? But I feel like there's also some sort of a blockage there as well. Possibly not having the best discernment right now because you're living in this fearful kind of state. You have to be careful with discernment. So that was your reading, Aquarius. I wish you a good month, and I'll see you next time. Bye.